All right, it is Friday, August 22nd, 2025 at 5 p.m. I'll call this special town board meeting of the town of LaPointe to order. A roll call, Mike Anderson is not going to be able to be here. Amy Baxter.
Here.
Susan Brenna.
Here.
Samantha Dobson.
Here.
Glenn Carlson here. And we also have our town administrator and our town clerk and member of the public. Moving on, is there any public comment? No? Okay. Moving on. The approval of a temporary Class B picnic license for the LaPointe Emergency Services Polka Ball tomorrow.
I'll make a motion to approve the temporary Class B picnic license for the LaPointe Emergency Services Polka Ball. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is an ESB microgrid project update. And Max and I did have a conference call this morning to have the most up-to-date information, but I will turn it over to Max.
Yeah, just to let you know, that we submitted for there's two parts of the system that are not US made. The inverter and battery storage system, and the workaround is you submit these waivers and ask for approval to buy non-American parts that you can't find in the US. Those were submitted, I think they were submitted before it started, but they've been, so it's been 8 months at least. So we talked to Joma, our vendor, Joma, about a plan B, and one idea is to drop the battery portion and just switch to, but then we could switch to an American inverter. We wouldn't have the functionality of having a battery backup, so we just have the solar, and then of course the propane generator for backup. And I talked to the folks at the state OEI Office of Energy and Commission where this grant comes from. And they said we could submit this. We have to get a full blown proposal from Joma, so we can talk about the cost. But today Joma said, they said it would be cheap. We're dropping the batteries for sure, it's cheaper. But we still have to give them a complete kind of proposal for them to review. And that probably will take a little while too. So what we're proposing to do is submit the plan B that drop in, but keep the plan A only, and the Office of Energy Innovation said we could do that. That we're nothing's cast in stone until they approve it and then we sign. In the meantime, we could wait for the waiver. Maybe the waivers come in. There's nobody apparently that can give you any idea like where you're at, you know, are you number 100, are you number 1,000? There's just nobody that can tell you that. So we were gonna have this discussion with the board and then we'll call back if the board is, I don't know if you want, I don't know what action is taken.
Well, there's no real action. I mean, so really just an update. What the plan is, so we've got a plan A and a plan B, and both plan A and plan B contemplate installing 60 solar panels on posts in the ground. And regardless of whether we do A or B, we need those 60 panels. And so the idea is that we're going to go ahead because Joma is like, we got to get, you know, cement poured and we got to, you know, do all sorts of things before winter to get this done. And we've got the 60 panels. Can we go ahead and do the 60 panels with the understanding that we don't know yet whether we're going to go with plan A or plan B. But we do know that either plan requires the 60 panels.
Right.
So it's like step 1, step 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start here while we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really, it's really just to get a consensus from the board if this is something that you're good with You know, frankly, if we end up going with Plan B, and the weird thing is, so this inverter that we wanted that's not made in America, is the type of inverter that you need to communicate between the battery, the solar, and the generator. If you're not doing that three-way communication, you don't need this inverter from overseas. We've got inverters in the US that satisfy just having it be propane and solar. So we'd kind of be going back to what we had before the fire hall burned. And still, if they approve, you know, Plan B, was still getting 50% grant funding. So that
Is there opportunity in the future to, it sounds like it's a downgrade versus an upgrade.
correct.
Is there opportunity in the future to bring it to an upgrade later, or is it a kind of is the system similar enough or not?
That's a really good question. I think once we commit to the American-made inverter,
Mhm.
that there's a lot of expense involved if we want to change that. Do you recall any more details on that, Max?
The only thing that Joan told me, American tech, if you're trying to upgrade, but use American technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not there yet.
Yeah,
It's expected, but it's not.
and it's kind of this unknown
Yeah. so I don't-
timeline. Okay,
Nobody knows what the pricing.
Yeah, okay.
I would imagine it'd be substantial.
Yeah.
If we commit to this inverter and then later
hmm
on our own time, switch to inverter. And
yeah, I see. Okay,
Anyhow, that's where we are.
okay.
Basically, we're going ahead with Plan A.
Yeah.
We had approved. Joma's going to get us within, I think, a week, a proposal for Plan B that we will then submit to the Office of Energy Innovation with the state. And we will wait for them to say, yeah, Plan B is okay. Or we may hear from the Department of Energy saying, your waivers are okay. So, you know, we've got time,
Mhm.
right? The big thing is the winter is coming and that sort of thing.
For
So
the concrete.
any other
No.
questions? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting's adjourned. You all.